What's up, y'all? It's your girl Shay Renee, and we are back to talk about Summer House, Martha's Vineyard, Season 1, Episode 6, Naked Ambition. And can I tell y'all something? Jasmine and Silas need to get it together. Let's get into it, shall we?
Can't ball in a life, man. Go on with it, go on with it. Do us. So we are coming in with a force. Yeah. Blessings we are reaping, we coursing on.
All right, y'all. Look like I'm a little slow on my. I want to make sure. Can y'all hear me? Because sometimes when I have the phone connected to. Okay, y'all can hear me. Okay, perfect. All right, y'all. So Summer House, Martha's Vineyard. Okay. This episode was pretty cool. I'm actually really, really loving this show. As y'all know, for most of y'all that watch me in any of the shows that I do, I also watched the original Summer House with the WPs. So I love this show. I think it is a huge, amazing addition. Okay. So the episode starts off where Jasmine is still struggling. She says that she's struggling with trying to make that connection with her single friends now that she's married. And she says she doesn't feel like she wants to isolate herself from her friends because of the fact that she's married and they are single. And she feels like she should still be able to be close to her girlfriends and let them know what's going on. And it's like, Jasmine, you can let your girlfriends know what's going on, but what you need to stop doing is constantly trying to play matchmaker. Like, you are not in this house you need to be just having a good old time, enjoying your summer with your husband and your friends, letting everybody get to know each other. Stop trying to filter, get yourself in the midst of all the single people and trying to hook them up. It's just team entirely too much. Okay. So then she feels like, so then Jordan says things have shifted and it's not a bad thing. She feels like Jasmine has portrayed a model presentation of herself, but realizes it's not. She just pretty much got sucked into the idea of what marriage is supposed to look like, but it's just not feeling that way to her. Basically, Jordan is saying, girl, you got married and changed on us. That's what it is. So don't try to blame it on us. It's you. Okay, you are the one that's changing on everybody, not us. We still living our best lives. And listen, you being married or not, yes, is it a different dynamic? Of course, sure. But you are the one that's making it weird, not everybody else. So then Bria says she feels like Jasmine isolated herself from everyone, and she herself is going to be the. But Bria says when she gets married, she gonna be the same OG. Okay. So Jason goes on and starts talking about how relationships are hard, and as a friend, there's all but for so much that people can do unless you're basically being truthful about what's going on in your relationship. So apparently he was talking too damn long, and everybody and Nick points it out, and so does Bria, and tells him to go on and spit it out and move along with the conversation. I'm like, okay, Jason, with the long-winded, and they all laugh about it. They didn't make a big old deal. And he says, listen, I'm drinking and drunk and having a good old time. So y'all leave me the hell alone. Okay. So then Bria, they all toast, and Bria cheers to them being a family in the house and telling everybody to enjoy their watches. Child, Bria gonna rub that into the day she die about giving them daggone watches. Mark my words, okay? So Bria talks about competing with the noises of the slapping shoes, if you will, competing with Jasmine and Silas. And Preston says it'll probably be more people than y'all four competing. There's probably gonna be some more people competing in this house. Hell, I've been having some moments solo by myself. I'm like, Preston, yuck. We don't want to know that you in there playing pocket pool, sir. You keep that to yourself. Keep that to yourself, okay? And make sure you don't get it in the sheets because they may charge you. All right, I'm just saying. So moving on, they all go back to the house, and Milo gets out. Can we just get rid of this dog already? I'm sick of the dog, and I ain't even got to be there with it. Get rid of Milo. Like, child, moving on. So Jordan and Amir are on the couch and she's showing him her apartment in New York. I'm like, Jordan, you don't like him. So why are you doing this? Like, he doesn't clearly, Amir doesn't clearly see that Jordan is putting him in the friend zone. I don't think that bruh the sir has, gotten the memo. I don't think he does. I think she feel like she's sitting down with her good Judy talking about her apartment and talking about her past lives and things. And he ain't catching her drift, okay? So Simon and Bria are in the room and she wants to do the deed, but he says not today. He ate too much and his stomach is full. But then she starts making noises. I'm like, were they really doing the deed or was she just making noise because she felt like she needed to compete with Silas and Jasmine? And if that was the noise you was making, girl, he ain't doing it right just like Silas now, even though you said he got a 10-inch peen. I don't know what's going on with these people in this house. It's just team too much. But moving on. The next morning, Jason has a chat with Jasmine, and he applauds her for being transparent about how she feels in her relationship with Silas. So as they're talking, Silas comes down to the kitchen and he says he's proud of Jasmine for keeping it real with her girlfriends. And Jasmine says she never wants to dismiss her friends, but marriage is new to her. And then they show Jasmine burning Silas cheese on his breakfast sandwich, and he gets upset. So the dynamic between Jasmine and Silas to me is that Silas wants some Partridge Family, June Cleaver, Martha Stewart type of wife. So he seems to be truly upset that this lady done burnt the cheese and messed up his sandwich. I'm like, well, Ninja, make your own sandwich, okay? That's what you can do. How about make me a sandwich? You the one chose to continue to work and do all of this while we're on vacation. Now he makes a little comment later on, and we'll probably discuss this again, where he's like, Jasmine is acting like we're on vacation. Well, you are. Stylish Jasmine is not your maid, okay? She is your wife. It really sickens me to see these men that think that women are supposed to work, hump on them, love them and appreciate them, take care of the children, take care of the house. When do they ever have a moment to do what they want to do? She got to make your breakfast, lunch, and dinner and rub your back and tell you how amazing you are. But what are you doing to make her feel like a woman? You think because you made a comment about you buy all her stuff, you buy all her dresses. What? So what? So what? We're gone is the day of accolades for the man that simply all you have to do is go to work. That's not enough. In today's society, especially as much as cost, oh no, we got to both be coming in here and putting this work in together, not together apart. Okay. So Silas, you and your sandwich can go F yourself. Okay. That's what you can do. And by the way, it's probably some more stuff in there to make one. How about you go have at it and make you another damn sandwich and make it the way you like? Okay. Make it the way you like with the melted cheese and all that. Make it just right. How you like it on your own. Okay. That's what I would have told him because ain't no way. Okay. So Bria asks Silas what he thinks about everyone, and she asks Simon what he thinks about everyone, and he says he likes everybody. He's like, "Oh, I'm having a good time." So I don't know what Bria was expecting him to say. I don't know. Bria just gives me very childish and spoiled. So whatever he said, Simon said he needed to be she is really literally Simon says. She's like Simon says, put your hand up, put your feet down. She want to tell Simon what to do. That's what Bria wants to do. I don't like it. Moving on, Jasmine goes in Jordan's room to chat with her and asks her how she thinks the dinner went. And Jordan says she thinks it went well. And then Jasmine says she feels like she was observing Simon because she's seen the Tinder swindler too many times. I don't know what that is, but it don't sound good. Okay. Then Jordan asks, what can I improve upon as a friend? Like, how can I make you feel more comfortable in our friendship? And Jasmine says she feels like she checks on everybody a lot, but a lot of people none of them really check on her like that. And that's discouraging. So she feels like, hey, reach out to me more. Like, I would love for you guys to, hey, act like you care. All right. Yes, I'm married, but I still want to hear from my friends. And Jordan says, absolutely, I can do that. So, I think it's a good thing that they're actually having this conversation. I think that Jasmine is entirely doing team too much in this moment. Like, I feel like she's making it bigger than what it really needs to be. I think her friends are there for her no matter what. But I think that she came into this house with this, hey y'all, I's married now, and everybody's not reacting the way that she wanted them to react, and how she wanted them to react. I honestly don't know, but she just seems very up and down about what her true feelings or what the true meaning behind how she wants these relationships to evolve looks like. I don't get it. But moving on, Shanice finally arrives. She comes back to the house for the weekend because she can only come on the weekends because she started a new job. So she's at that point where she has to prove herself. And I think she works in pharmaceutical sales. So everybody speaks to her. Amir helps her bring her things in. She greets everyone. And she recognizes Jason because she did a previous summer house with him and some friends. And we find out that Jason actually had a little crush on Shanice, and he tried to hit on her or whatever in the last house. I don't Apparently nothing came of it because they ain't talking to each other now. Okay, I mean, not like they never got in a relationship or hooked up, I think. Moving on. So Alex spoke to Amir, but Shanice. Alex spoke to Shanice when she came in, but she ain't feeling him because of his prejudgment of her about all the stuff that he saw online and trying to say she cray cray and all this, that, and the third. And she's like, "How you gonna be out here slandering my name in the streets and you ain't even asked me about it? You just going off of what you see on the internet, and you don't know that was a whole situation for me that." She wasn't even the one being cray cray in the moment. It was more so her ex. She says, yes, I agree. I called him a lot. But other than that, like, no, I was really, truly the person that was wronged in that situation from what she said in the past episode. So in the next scene, Simon meets Shanice. Shanice finally gets to meet Simon. And in the confessional, he talks about Bria and Shanice doing a pain. What was y'all doing in this? Child. Bria says it wasn't nothing. They was just dancing and whatnot, and they weren't doing the do. What was y'all doing on there that y'all felt like y'all needed to have people pay to see y'all doing it? And the way homegirl got butterball in that daggone jacuzzi, the lie detector says that that is a lie. Y'all was on there doing a little something something. Okay, it was some carpet bunching. It was something going on in that video, in my opinion. But moving on. Bria and Shanice chat, and Bria tells her Summer and Alex are basically giving vibes that they like each other. And Shanice is like, girl, okay. Because Shanice at this point, she ain't checking for Alex. She don't give a damn. Okay. So next, Summer is walking in the pool table room, and she sees that Milo done pooped on the carpet. Okay. And she tells everybody but Bria. So Silas wants to have a house meeting. Okay, y'all in these daggone house meetings. I got to sit back for this. I got to sit back for this. That's team too much. We don't need to have a house meeting for what? For why? It's team too much. It really is. Like, y'all need to let me see what y'all have said in the comments. Make sure that y'all can hear me. Okay, cool. Um, yeah, y'all need to go ahead and get over that. Like, go and talk to the girl. Y'all all be acting like y'all so cool in her face, and y'all was just smiling in her face the night before. You scared to go and talk to her because she bought y'all some watches, or her dude got you some watches, so now she untouchable. Go tell that girl she the one decided to bring the mangy mutt. Tell her to go ahead and get her dog's poop up. That's her problem. Okay? Just go say, hey Bria, it looks like Milo pooped under the pool table. Just wanted to let you know. What's wrong with that? Y'all are just too afraid of this little itty bitty girl. It's too much. It's team entirely too much. And Preston was like, I'm not about to have no daggone house meeting over some poop under a table. Like, y'all go and tell her. Or if you don't want to tell her and you too pussy to go tell her, go get it up yourself. And so I was like, I don't want to be in the middle of any drama. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't wanna. I'm scared. Only person I can control and do the most with is my wife Jasmine, because she's ridiculous. I don't want to go. I don't want to do it. Okay, Silas, go sit down and sit on your hands, because that's what you need to do. You need a whole group to make a decision. So Alex goes up to Bria's room and simply tells her, "Hey, I think Marlo pooped under the table. You know." And she says, "Oh, sure, sure, sure. I'll go get it." So she goes and gets it and talks and gets it up. And everybody around the house is talking about the dog pooping under the table, but not saying nothing to her. I'm like, all of y'all just really need to get it together. Like it's giving team too much. I know Bria does entirely too much, but that's just too much. Like, just tell the girl that's her dog, and as a dog owner, that's her responsibility to clean up after him. Moving on. So all the ladies sit down and do a skincare regimen together. And Jasmine, here she go playing matchmaker again. She's asking Jordan about Amir, and how she feeling about him, where she at with that. And Jordan is making it very clear once again for the 100th time that she is not interested in Amir. She's not interested in anybody in this house at this point. She's not trying to play Russian roulette in the bedroom with none of these people. She's good. She's enjoying her summer down at the Vineyard and having a good old time. And she just wished that everybody just mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. Jasmine. Okay. So then Jasmine asked Shanice about any dates that she's went on recently. It's like Jasmine wants to live vicariously through her friends because she's so unhappy in her. It's obvious that she's unhappy in her relationship with Silas. I feel like Jasmine was tired of living in that car. She didn't have any stability. So he was the first dumb fool that came along and was willing to just jump and hop into a relationship, and it ended up, I don't even think that she wanted it to spiral so quickly into marriage, but that's just what it did because of how controlling Silas is. So they ended up getting married. She got stability now, so now she cooking and cleaning and making breakfast, lunch, and dinner 3 times a day with a snack in the middle for her husband. And I don't think that life is the business for her. So she is constantly living vicariously through her friends because she's unhappy. I can see it. I can see it all through your questions. Your questions, okay? So Shanice says, "Oh yeah, I went on a date and I met this man. He's tall, like I like him, girl. He's 6'9" and he got a big old schlong, okay?" And they were like, "Girl, how you know that?" And she looking like, "You come on, come on. I'm Shanice. I get naked in pools. You know how I know." I busted wide open and I told him, "Come on, bring it back for another time." Okay. I went on bust down on the first night. Okay. Shanice gives me a good old time. I don't know how that's gonna translate into her ever being in a relationship with somebody. But girl, I guess if you living your life in your 20s, girl, you like it. I love it. Okay. So then Jasmine says, "Well, Alex is still up for grabs." I'm like, "Girl, here you go again." So Shanice basically expresses, she's like, "Girl, I ain't checking for Alex. I'm good on him." And basically everybody else knows. I guess Jasmine doesn't, or Jordan doesn't know, and Summer at this point. So don't nobody know but Bria that Alex was talking about her behind her back, from apparently how he feels about her now because of what potentially was going on with her ex and blah blah blah. And Summer jumps in and says, "Wait, what's going on with Alex? Like, why don't you like him or whatever?" Because we know Summer is googly eyed over Alex at this point, and she's liking him. Which I'm like, Summer, girl, don't fall too fast for this man, okay? Get to know him first, because he is on some BS judging somebody from some stuff he read online and not even having a conversation with the girl and just giving her the pump fake real quick, okay? So moving on, she begins to explain to them, "Hey, it was this thing online. My ex was harassing me or whatever, and it just became a big old thing. People were, targeting me online, because we can't say the B word on here. I'm learning that because I done got one too many videos flagged from saying certain words, child. So I'm trying to figure it out. All right, shout out to YouTube for all of their infractions. But moving on, she basically tells them the story, and everybody's like, "Oh, okay." But that ain't stopped Summer from cooing down below for Alex, okay? But moving on, the ladies and the guys are getting ready to go out in groups separately. The guys are going to go and hang out, and the girls are going to go hang out. And Jasmine is getting ready to go out with the girls, and she's in the bathroom getting herself all ready. And Silas comes in the bathroom talking about, "Oh, you wearing that dress? Ooh, I got you that dress, right?" He's like, "Yeah, you looking good." And he's like, "Oh, well, I bought you all your dresses." Why did you have to say that? Even even if he didn't think that was going to be on camera, why did you have to say that? Why you got to point that out? Like you got to constantly remind her that, don't you forget, okay? I'm paying for you. All right. What is she, some mail order bride? Boy, sit your mm, mm. Silas and his teenage mutant ninja turtle head ass gets on my nerves. I am sick and tired of him. Like it's too much. Sir, this is 2023. Okay. We no longer, women have rights now. You see, we don't need your paycheck to go to the grocery store and buy a loaf of bread to make a sandwich for ourselves. Okay. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. We don't need you. Now we do need you to have children. We do understand that. But there's a plethora of men out here because when you are an idiot, we can go and move on to the next one and find somebody that's better. We have options, okay? We're no longer settling with Billy Bob because he got a good job and he gonna take care of this house and help me uh bring the food, bring home the bacon so that I can fry it up in the pan for him and his children. Our parents are not selling us off to the highest bidder so that we can have somebody to take care of us anymore. That's not happening. So for you to sit up here and be reminding this girl that you paid for her dresses, why do you need to say that? I'm sure even though she was living in the car, she had, and I don't think she was living in the car. Was she living in the car when he met her? I don't know if she was living with Jason at that time or what. But be that as it may, I'm sure she had some clothes that she had prior to you. Silas, boo and bye to you. Go sit down somewhere. Moving on. The ladies throw their hands in, out everybody but Jasmine because she's getting ready. So they do a little, everybody put your hands in. We're gonna have a good old time tonight. We're gonna make sure we get Jasmine drunk and we're gonna make sure she has a fun night. And they go, okay, great. We're gonna have fun. So the guys are out drinking, and Silas asks Simon about his routine with Bria at home, basically trying to fish and see if Simon is just as chauvinistic as he is. Okay, because he needs a partner in his foolishness. Because ain't nobody else around him seeing the method to his madness. Everybody else, and I love Nick now because Nick used to get on my nerves in the beginning, but I like his little shady behind because he likes to sneak the shade in there. Because he'll be like, "Oh, don't you think you're doing a little too much? Yeah, I think you should allow her to do her own thing. I think you're doing a lot here, sir." He calls him out on his stuff, and so does Preston. And in this moment, Jason gonna get in that ass too. Okay, but we're gonna get into that. So Simon says basically Bria spends his money and he go out looking for watches so he can make more money for her to spend some more. Okay. Ain't no she making my sandwiches and she doing this and she wiping my butt for me. She's not doing any of that. That's just Jasmine for you. Okay. So Silas makes, he was like, I think he's saying something funny, but I don't know. I'm learning Simon talk, so I'm just gonna laugh. You peasy head. Mm. Simon, shut up. I mean, Silas, shut up. Shut up. We don't want to hear from you no more. You have absorbed all of the words that you can use in a given episode. You're done. Don't say nothing else. Okay. Actually, let's have a meeting of the house about how often Silas should speak. That's what they need to do. Okay. Because he needs, I'm sick of him. Whew. Moving on. So Jason asks, "What do you think the girls are doing?" And Preston says, "I don't know, probably getting free drinks, twerking on tables, you know." And Silas looks at him like that, like, why would you say that? And I'm like, because they are, and did, because the camera went right on over to them, and that's exactly what they were doing. It doesn't matter if you trust your spouse. You don't need to be worried about what she's doing. And he sits over there tracking her location to see where she's at. I'm like, this man is unbelievable. I could not. I could not. So moving on, Silas says being on vacation, him and Jasmine's routine is thrown off because Jasmine makes breakfast and he is operating in his regular routine by him doing his work and whatnot. Because we see him behind the computer, basically like he working from home or whatever. So he really not really on vacation in his mind. This is just him in his daily routine in another place, and they just got friends around. And he's like, Jasmine makes breakfast and she's operating, he's operating in his regular routine, but she's acting like she's on vacation, sleeping in. You empty head. She's acting like she's on vacation. You are on vacation. Stupid. What are you talking about? Y'all are on vacation, sir. And if you have a problem with her not being in your normal routine, communicate with your wife and ask her, hey, so listen, the cheese, you burnt it, the bread, yeah. Now you're sleeping in a long time. I'm actually working. I still expect these things from you. But you need to invite the room for Jasmine to be like, you know what? Get somebody else to do it because I'm not. I'm on vacation. So I'm going to need you, sir, to function like we're on vacation. If you want to pull out the MacBook and keep on working, that's on you. I, on the other hand, am going to be a normal person and enjoy my vacation. I'm going to live my best life. Get somebody else to do it for you. Okay? And you got to be open to that if she says that. And move the hell on with your Ninja Turtle head ass. I'm sick and tired of him. Tired of Silas. Okay. So he says, yeah, because, and then like she burned my sandwich this morning and all that. And everybody is looking at him like, you are such a simp. Huh. What a simp. You worrying about her and a sandwich? What? Get somebody, get this baby a bottle, because he over here whining and crying about stuff that we don't give a damn about. These men are looking at him like the simp that he is. It's crazy to me. So Jason says, you just got married. Why don't y'all relax and just get used to being married before you coming up with an effing routine? And Silas then turns to Jason. Now, first of all, Silas was butthurt off of Jason checking him. He don't like to be checked because you see how he reacts to Nick and Preston, because they the ones that's always gathering him and getting him together. So Simon all in his feelings because you can see his little eyebrows go down like, I know he didn't try to check me. So then he wants to say to Jason, I'm curious, what type of women do you like? That's a good question though, because I don't know if it's the southern drawl that Jason has, but I was not convinced that he liked women. I don't know. Comment down below what y'all think. You think what Jason doing a little twirly twirl? Okay, maybe he going in playing pocket pool with Preston. That's just my opinion, and that's alleged. I need to go and put that banner up. Moving on. So Jason says he likes ambitious women that are good communicators, right? Which was also another little dig to Silas that he probably didn't catch that tea, okay? Because he basically was saying, I want a woman that I can allow to be herself. I'm not going to control her. And I want to actually hear what my woman has to say. Doesn't seem like you're doing that with Jasmine, Silas. Doesn't seem like you're doing that. Okay. So moving on. Silas says he feels like Jason is too nice and too much in his head at times. And nice guys finish last. And he said what sucks is that Silas was just so basically Silas was just saying that because his little ego and feelings was hurt because Jason checked his chauvinism. And at this point, it's like, Silas, grow up for real. So Jason responds and says, I know I'm an attractive guy. I have all of the qualities that most women look for. I have the green eyes and all of that. And I know I'm attractive or whatever. And, he carries himself well. And he says he has had to overcome a lot of assumptions that people have about him. And then Silas says, that's what Jason said. So then Silas says, you over here doing poetic justice stuff when we came in here. So I guess he was making fun of Jason's game when they came into the bar. They didn't show all of that part. So maybe they were all trying to talk to women or whatever the case may be. And Silas was making fun of Jason, talking about some he throwing shots, giving some poetic justice vibe, and he shouldn't listen to women too much because then he won't get any PUSSY. Silas, first of all, you don't even need to get any from your wife, and eventually she gonna cut you off because you don't even do it right. You are a disappointment in the bedroom. I'm very, very sure. So I don't. You are the last person that need to try to give anybody any daggone advice when it comes to the bedroom. Okay. Matter of fact, you might want to say, "Hey, let me ask you a question. How do you guys do it? Because, yeah, I don't think I'm doing it right. So can you guys give me some advice?" That's what you needed to be asking everybody. Because what you doing in there in Pound Town, that ain't the village that I want to visit ever. Okay? Stop it. Moving on. So he says, if you buy in, Silas further says, if you buy into all these things single women say and have going on, you already at a loss or whatever. So Jason says, I can F somebody if I want to. And in his confessional, he says, listen, I got a 3-month-old child. I know what it's like to just be effing somebody. Hence, here goes this kid. That's not the way to go. Like, I'm too old for that. I ain't got time for that. Basically, Jason got standards, okay? And so Jason tells Silas, he says he wants somebody that will accept him for him, okay? And Silas, you need to just be present in your own relationship. Don't be worried about what nobody else is doing, okay? So the girls are hanging out, and Jasmine is drinking and having a good old time. They give a flash to that scene. So they're doing these double parallel scenes. And then and we go back to the guys, and some ladies send some shots over to the table. And everybody is, grabbing at the shots. And Amir says, you know what? You, Mr. Silas, will not be having a shot because you know what? Yeah, all that stuff you did back in the house, talking about your girl can't have no shots and this, that, and the third. Guys shouldn't be doing that. And that's not safe. Somebody could put something in your drink and da 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 da. What? Maybe somebody put something in this drink. That's not safe. So as he's picking up the shot and they take it from him, Nick, a little shady, but notices he's like, "Oh, and you're not wearing your wedding ring. Oh, looky. Looky, he over here acting like a bookie. Okay, you don't got your ring on. You out here showing off, taking drinks. So what's going on? What's going on, sir?" So he's like, nah. I took it off when we was playing ball earlier and I forgot to put it back on. You think you're slick, okay? You didn't put that ring back on because you thought you was going out with your guys and they were going to perpetuate your BS. And you thought that you could be out here flirting because your girl ain't around. But you do remember there's cameras around. Mm-hmm. What did you really think that you was going to be doing out here that the cameras wasn't going to pick up? I think Silas do little stuff just to try to see if he still got it, type of stuff. I cannot. I cannot. Okay. So moving on. Bria and Shanice are drunk as a skunk, and Jordan is trying to rally them together to leave the bar. So the bar owner comes out because they all sprawled about in his grass. So he playfully but seriously was like, ha 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 ha, here's your drinks. Go ahead, take your drinks. Do not leave with them. Okay. Drink your stuff right here. And I'm going to take these glasses back in. But get your ass off my damn grass. Okay, ha ha. Yeah, get your ass off my grass. Ha ha. But for real, get out of here. Y'all doing too much. Okay. So Bria and Shanice sprawled about in the grass, and Jasmine drunk too, but her and Jordan are trying to rally them together to get them in the car. So moving on, Silas and the guys get in the car because he done tracked down Jasmine location, and he like, let's go see what the girls are doing. I'm like, you are so nosy. Beat it. Have a good time. Leave her alone. So they get in the car, and they're still ragging on him about this whole ring thing. So he's like, well, I'm still kind of like in that 90-day period. What? This is not 90-day fiance, sir. You've already done the deed and sealed the deal. Amir is like, what you think, this a trial period? Like, bruh, this is marriage. Like, what is your problem? You just mad because we pointed it out and we wasn't sitting up here bigging you up for not having this ring on. Go on, lick your wounds by yourself in your room and just knock it off. Get on over it. We already ragged on you about it. Moving on. So he just over here making excuses. So the girls are back at the house. Shanice and Bria drunk as a skunk twerking on the floor, and Bria is happy that Shanice is there because she's like she matches her crazy energy or whatever. Like they both like to have a really good time and turn up. So the guys get back and the girls are in the jacuzzi drinking. And Silas runs upstairs looking for his wedding ring because he daggone sure wasn't going to go in front of Jasmine without that daggone ring on. Because listen, he don't know if the guy's going to tell her or not, but he ain't about to be coming back in from a guy's night out without his wedding band on. So he comes downstairs asking if there were any males around. He's in the kitchen at this moment, and he's Summer is in the kitchen with him, and he's asking her were there any males around? And Summer is like, is this a trick question? Like, there's only two types of people out here, there's males and there's females. Biologically, this is a real thing. So when we're hanging out, it's pretty obvious that there's going to be some men around. Yeah, they're going to be everywhere. We're at a bar, at a public place. It's not like it's an all girl bar, you see. You kind of catching my drift, Silas? Why would you ask her that? So Summer was like, yeah, there were guys around. They were outside, but we were at our table. We're having a good old time. So what do you want? Okay. So Jasmine walks in and Silas begins to start trying to explain, to ask her questions or whatever, and to explain to her what they were doing. And Jasmine says, I don't want to hear it. Close it up. I don't really care. I don't care what you guys did. I really, really don't. Okay. Because she's like, I done had a good time. I don't need you blowing my high. Don't talk to me right now. You're ruining it. Okay. So Nick and Amir are playing pool and they basically reminiscing over Silas not having that daggone ring on and him and them drinks. Like this dude got a real nerve, always acting the way he do. And then look what he does. So then Shanice is in the pool with Simon and a couple of others. I think it was Simon, Jason. Jasmine is in the pool at this point too. Jordan and Preston, I believe. And she asked, "Is everybody okay with me getting in the boudoir?" And Simon says, "Oh no, I have to ask. I have to ask Bria. I have to ask Bria. Bria, can she get nude in front of me? Okay." And so before she even heard what he said, here we go. Shanice is butterball in her birthday suit, okay, and shaking her tatas for gold. So Simon is like, "Oh no, oh no, this right here, this ain't going, um, this isn't going to end well. Yep, I think I should get out of here." So then he's looking around for Bria because at this point he don't know what to do. He like, okay, I know my girl done did a only with this girl, and they do little crazy stuff together. But I don't think she would like me getting a little crazy with her in this daggone pool, okay, and this jacuzzi. So even everybody else is like, girl, you doing too much. You need to put your clothes on. You should not be doing that in front of nobody boyfriend. It's just, and it's disrespectful, Shanice. You don't, I get it that you girls gone wild type of behavior, but what you're not about to do is be out here. Y'all had locked the door. You never know, people walking around and things. You think you're being vigilant, right? But moving on, you should not be doing stuff like that in front of nobody's man. Like that is very highly disrespectful, Shanice, and you know better than that. I don't care if you're drunk, okay? Don't drink as much if you know how uninhibited you get. You don't know all of these people that are in this house. And you do know that people have spouses in this house. So if you know that you get wild and young titty free, you can't do that in front of people's dudes or spouses. That's just team too much. So Bria comes out there and sees it, and she's pissed off, and she mad at everybody but Shanice. So she was like, "Wow, you're naked? Like what? Why would you do that?" And so she goes in the house, and she pissed off. And Simon says, "Well, that's my cue to get the f out of here." So he goes in the house, and she yelling and screaming and cussing him out or whatever. And he's like, I don't know. I didn't know. Like, I'm out of there. Whatever you need me to do. Okay. And she says, if you go back out there, it's curtains for you. basically. He's like, nah, did you really think I was going to take my ass back out there and you acting like this? Absolutely not. We're not, I'm not going back out there. I'm not going back out there. Matter of fact, Simon says, what do you want me to do, Bria? What do you want? I'll do whatever you want. You want to watch? Come on, let me go find you a watch. Okay. Moving on. So people are telling Shanice that that was wrong, and Jordan says, "I'm not going to argue with a drunk woman that's over here making a steak because." Shanice go in the house drunk as a skunk with her TTs out, and she done made a whole steak, slicing it up and eating it. I'm like, I don't know if a drunk lady should have a knife in her damn hand. That's not a good look. I don't know if that's a good idea. Okay, so she continues Shanice continues to yell out, I like to have a good time. Everybody needs to relax and have fun. She just think everybody tripping. I'm like, girl, you are something else. So the next day, Simon and Bria are in the room. I mean, that night, Simon and Bria are in the room, and she telling him to get out of her face because that was inappropriate. What was going on? She's in the bathroom, I guess, showering up and getting changed, and he's standing on the side of the bed trying to like have a conversation with her, and she's throwing a toddler tantrum in the middle of the floor, like that was so disrespectful. Why would you do that? And da 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 da. I'm like, girl, okay, he is coming here from a whole nother country. He probably barely understand what y'all saying half the damn time. He don't know. And you so excited and you talk about how wild and crazy this girl is. He probably didn't know whether it was appropriate or not. But as soon as he saw that it made you uncomfortable and it was inappropriate, he got the hell out the damn pool. How much longer do you want to carry this on? Let it go. Let it burn like Usher. Okay. Moving on. In their bedroom, Silas tells Jasmine that, yeah, girls bought us drinks over. Yeah, you want to tell her before somebody else tell her. That's what you want to do. I also feel like Silas wanted to tell her because he kind of wanted to stick it to Jasmine a little bit and rub it in her face and then open her up to tell him what happened at their girls' night. But Jasmine ain't take the bait. Jasmine says, "Oh, so you could have got drugged." Like you said, like basically throwing it back at him because he said that could have happened to her when people were sending her drinks. So now she just throwing it back on him. And he says, "Oh, you're just being dramatic." But you wasn't being dramatic when you said that to her. Okay. So Jasmine says, "All right, that's just ego. And for that, we're going to hump it up in the closet." And he says, "I don't want to do it in the closet." And she's like, "Come on." So they end up going in there having disrespectful, unpleasuring rabbit session in the closet. Okay. So moving on, Amir texts Shanice and asks if he can sleep in her extra bed in her room because he started to hear them humping in the closet. I guess the closet ain't more silent than the bedroom area. Moving on, in Bria and Simon's room, he's trying to hug her and she ain't having it before they get in the bed, and everybody end up going to bed. Bria wakes up talking to Simon about everybody's getting chewed out today. Girl, who the fuck do you think you are? Ain't nobody scared of your itty bitty body. Girl, shut up. Because you mad at everybody and you weren't even outside to hear that everybody told Shanisha that was inappropriate. So you about to go let everybody have it except Shanice. What you needed to do is take your Bratz doll skinny looking ass down to Shanice's room and said to her, "Listen, friend, that was inappropriate and you should not have done that in front of my dude. I don't respect that and nor do I appreciate you doing that. Don't you ever put your perky titties in front of my dude's face again." That's what she should have said. Why are you going around and relaying this conversation over and over to everybody? See, the thing is, Bria always needs an audience for her foolishness and her BS. She wants everybody to agree with her. She wants everybody to console her because she's like a child. It's ridiculous. Like, girl, bye. So Amir goes into Jordan's room to talk about tennis for the day because they're gonna go and play tennis. And he's thinking about in his confessional, hey, I wonder when I should make the next move on her. Then in Jordan's confessional, she's like, I really respect Amir because he gets that I don't like him like that. And he doesn't try to make advances towards me. Y'all are definitely not meeting in the middle. Both of y'all are both thinking two different things. You done friend zone homie, and he ain't even got a clue. He ain't got the clue yet. Okay, so they ain't on the same page, obviously. So Bria goes around to everybody that'll listen, telling them about Shanice and how she's upset with Shanice's shenanigans. Basically, everybody but Shanice. And Preston tells her, girl, you've been the common denominator of foolishness this whole trip. You are tripping. And she's like, no, I haven't. None of that is my fault. So she didn't want to take no responsibility for none of the stuff that she did. She even went outside and called her mama and was telling her mother about it. And her mother was like, but that's Shanice. Like, I'm pretty sure she didn't mean anything by it. So nobody is on her side. So she's sitting out there, nobody agrees with me. I'm like, girl, go sit down somewhere. Go sit down because I'm about sick and tired of you. Okay. So moving on, we see Alex, Amir, Shanice, and Jordan go play tennis. I didn't know that Shanice and Jordan were actually very good athletes. Shanice was a D1 basketball player and she actually loves tennis. And Jordan she played field hockey, lacrosse, and she was a good fencer. Okay. So they're all playing tennis, and the guys make a comment talking about you guys should make more noises when you're hitting the ball. I'm like, listen, Venus and Serena do that because they about this life. And it ain't because they trying to be sexy. Y'all put your D in your pants. Go play pocket pool like Preston is doing, because y'all are just a little too horny up in this group. It's giving team too much, and nobody is giving y'all the wherewithal to think that that's okay. So they all end up. They finished playing tennis, and then they talk about Bria and the whole situation with Shanice. And Shanice is like, "Listen, I just want to do the rose party tonight and not even talk about it. Like, I just want to have a good time. Ain't nobody trying to be tripping off of that." And I'm like, girl, you need to go and talk to your friend and apologize for what you did because that was trifling. So moving on, Summer, Jason, Preston, and Alex are going to, I'm sorry, Summer, Jason, Preston, and Jasmine are going to get the rose for the rose day. And Summer says Bria says she not coming because of what happened the night before. Who cares? Let her keep her ass up in the damn room like Uncle Fester. Go on, girl. Don't nobody care. Like, you got a different attitude every day. Don't nobody, you can go home and your little dog too and your boyfriend. Get on the next thing smoking to Germany or wherever y'all came from and stay there. Cause she always got a problem. It's too much. Y'all supposed to be having a good time. And it's not even like Bria is bringing the type of drama that is entertaining. She's annoying as okay. So Bria upstairs still complaining to Simon, and he looking like, "Girl, can you get over it so we can go and have fun? Because I actually want to go to the rose party. It's I done told you I like your friends. It seemed like a good old time. Like, can we just go on downstairs? But I guess I got to do whatever you doing, child. But So Silas and Jason are putting the table together outside. Um, I'm sorry, Silas and Jason are pulling the table outside. And Silas proceeds to say, okay, pick this leg up, and you need to do this, and you need to do that. And Jason is like, I know you're not, are you telling me how to lift a table? This little itty bitty table, you're telling me how to lift a table. And everybody is looking at Silas like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And Silas was like, no, 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 because I was a baton chief or whatever he said in the I was a baton leader in the military. I always have to explain things, and I just like to make sure that there's structure. Boy, shut up! It's a table. Get that damn table outside and shut up. You don't have to give this man direction. That's like telling somebody, okay, so when you mail this letter, I want you to fold it up, and I want you to put it inside the envelope. Okay, take the stamp, lick it, put it on the corner. Actually, don't lick it. Put some water on that. Put it in the mailbox. Are you kidding me? Woo, baby, Jasmine, you got a humdinger there. Mm-mm. So After they get the table outside, because even Preston was like, boy, get the table outside, like you're doing too much. And Preston was even like, you are so controlling, like this is entirely too much. And he says that. And in his confessional, he's like, the only person that Preston has room to control is Jasmine, and he's actually failing at that. I said, you ain't never lied. So Jasmine and Silas, after the whole table thing, they're up in their room, and Silas is clearly upset. So he's taking it out on Jasmine. And he's basically saying, I don't feel like you had my back in that moment. Why didn't you like speak up for me? And Jasmine was like, that's all in your head. It's like basically she's like, it's not even that serious. Like you literally were trying to tell somebody how to put a table outside, and that's absurd. Like what? So Jasmine says, so he says, do you want to have this conversation with the door opened? I'm like, Jasmine, you better get out of this relationship, because he want to close the door to have a conversation with you and y'all are not even talking about nothing that serious. I'm afraid that this attitude of Silas is going to escalate into something that is not so safe for Miss Jasmine. Because first they try to take over, they start verbally, then they take over mentally, and then it becomes physical. And I would hate for it to get to that level with her. And I hope that she is not so in tune with this newfound lifestyle that she has, that this man ends up doing something to her that he's already being inappropriate, but he takes it to the next level of foolishness. I just hope not. Because he is over here acting like the biggest Mitch. Okay. It's too much. So moving on, Jasmine begins to pull her clothes out for the party because she's ignoring him at this point. And he's like, yeah, don't pull out any flowy pants or anything, like basically telling her what to wear. Don't pull out any flowy pants. And I like you in heels, but that's not the vibe. You need to wear some flats. Like I'm telling you, that's gonna look weird. You need to wear some flats. Jasmine is like, well, I don't own any flats. So I'm gonna be just fine. Yeah. I'm going to be good with my heels. And he just keeps on going on and on about it being negative and stank. I'm like, who crawled up Silas? Mm, Child. Moving on, Preston, Jordan, and Alex and Nick are outside putting the table decorations together. And Alex out of nowhere says, man, Jordan, you looking thick. Okay, Alex. Yoda, you don't have no game. Okay, check. Another thing against you. So Jordan was like, what? I'm looking thick. That's your pickup line from me? You know what? I don't have to take this. I don't have to do this. And she's like, I don't know if I should be flattered or offended. Like this is team too much. Even Nick in his confessional was like, what an idiot. Why would you say something like that? Yeah, you don't have no game, Alex. That's the type of stuff that you say to somebody. See, men that say stuff like that, that means that you just think you too damn cool. And whatever you say to a chick, she just gonna eat it up. No, because Jordan ain't even checking for you, sir. Okay, not in the least bit. So then Alex proceeds to pull Jordan to the side and have a conversation with her, saying that, I never talked to you about this, but when we first got to the house, like everybody kind of felt like, they were assigned a person. And it's like, Amir was pretty much laying claim to you or whatever. So we all really didn't approach you the way that we should have. And, because he was pretty much assigned to you. And she's like, wait, who's assigning Amir to me? She says, well, Amir says that, he wanted to get at you or whatever. So because he was so focused on Jordan, and they were all talking about who they were going to hook up with, he feels like he gave himself a disservice because he didn't allow himself to get to know Jordan more. And Jordan says, I've gotten to know people, but you weren't going out of your way, Alex, to talk to me. And it took a minute for you to even make this effort. And in her confessional, she's like, I'm not checking for none of you ninjas. It's like, I felt like Alex came at her with trying to air Amir out for trying to get at Jordan. I feel like he did that trying to be sneaky, because I feel like he didn't like the fact that it seems like Even though Jordan ain't checking for Amir, quiet as it's kept. But he sees them hanging out. Amir is in her room, laying in her bed, talking to her and stuff, when she just looking at him like her little buddy. And I think Alex is jealous. But I'm like, Alex, you was over here checking for Summer. So do you like Summer or not? I feel like he just wants Jordan because Jordan at this point now is like a mission impossible for him. So he don't want to make it seem like Amir won. So now he's trying to put an obstacle in Amir's way by way of Jordan, by airing him out that somehow he's laid his claim on her. And that's, here's the thing. Amir didn't tell anybody to not try to get at Jordan. He just made it very plain and clear that he was attracted to Jordan. Now, Amir, I'm gonna get you together because I seen you on Watch What Happens Live up there flirting with Andy. Amir gives me GAY for pay. That's what he gives me. Cause he gonna say, yeah, I DM'd you some years ago and I said, hopefully one day you'll know my name. So why would you say that? That's your message to Andy? Ah, okay, Amir. I see you. And the fact that he didn't even step in with that whole situation with Mariah and Bria. He should have said something, even though he didn't want to get in the middle of them when they were going back and forth. When they were getting ready to send Mariah home at this meeting of the people in the house, he should have said, hold on, y'all, before y'all make y'all decision. I'm the one that put the dog clothes in there. So I just had to put that out there before y'all make y'all final decision. I'm you in the doghouse for that, Amir. Okay. But moving on, Alex, you just hating. You hating and trying to discourage Jordan from talking to Amir at this point. So Jordan asked him, so now that you basically letting it be known that you about to be out here, you about to be more aggressive with trying to, get at the ladies, if you will. Are you about to be balling out, going skinny dipping? And Alex says, nah, but we'll see how it goes. I am drinking rosé tonight because Alex doesn't drink. So he's I guess going to drink rosé, and rosé does have a level of alcohol content, but not so much where he about to be skinny dipping, child. So moving on, everybody is sitting down at the table to get the rosé party going, and looky, Shanice and her perky titties come on the balcony, shaking her tatas, talking about some let's have fun, everybody. And that's the end of the episode. Y'all, Shanice, girl, you doing team too much, Shanice. It's too much. You don't need to do all of that. Like, she's giving very much I need attention tease, and I don't like it. Let me get into some of y'all comments. Shan, what's up, Shan? Shan says Milo is getting on my nerves. Child, he been on my nerves since he waddled his little four legs up in there. Okay, and his owner is definitely getting on my nerves. Shan says Jordan is leading him on. I would think she was interested too if he hadn't heard the convo at the table. Yeah, you know what, I agree, because Jordan, you got him laying in your bed, you doing all of this stuff, like you talking to him, y'all talking about y'all past lives and having these deep conversations. Why would he not think that you like him? Like, I think Jordan likes the attention. And to me, I mean, child, Jordan, you regular at best, girl. Like, I mean, you cute and all, but you just the best thing in that house. Girl, I think Jordan gonna be single for a while because she thinks more of herself than anybody else does. Shan says, I thought it was weird Bria didn't get any. Yeah. But why was she? Do you, Shan? So do you think that they was doing it when she was making noises the first night he was there? Like, he was like, "Oh, my stomach hurt." I'm like, "Your stomach hurt," and I've been gone for how many days already? Who you been smutting up in Germany while I was gone, Simon? But then she started making noises when he said, he ain't want to basically do it. I was like, that's weird. Silas wants a military schedule and a housewife. Silas wants a maid, Shan. That's what he needs. Because I'm telling you, That's exactly how he gonna be when they have kids. He gonna expect her to make his breakfast, lunch, and dinner with a snack in between, and he gonna be the type to be like, uh, changing a diaper, me? Oh no, I pay the bills. I'm not doing any of that. I bought you dresses. Yep, I bought you dresses, and I bought you little heels too. You know what? I'm gonna buy you some flats because when I told you to put them flats on, you didn't do it. So yeah, taking care of kids, that's woman's work. You do that, okay? No. Shan says old school housewife. Right, exactly. But since we in 2023, he need a maid. That's what he need to get. Tawana 908 living my life like it's golden says Silas wants a traditional wife. Hold on, y'all. The air getting in my throat in this car. This is my beet juice. It was just like I don't want to get the red all over my hands. Somebody gonna think I'm in this car drinking. Silas wants a traditional wife. Yeah, but what do we consider traditional now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think that stuff is old, and it don't need to be made new again. Actually, it can't even be made new again. It's not even possible nowadays. Like, yes, are there housewives? Absolutely. But there are people that are doing that because they have to. Like, for example, my brother and sister-in-law or whatever, like, she stays home and does and takes care of the children because they have 3 kids, and it's like her salary was basically only paying for daycare. So they decided for her to stay home and take care of the kids. Now when he gets home, he's taking care of his children, and he works 2 full-time jobs. Y'all, this phone don't want me to be great. Can y'all see me? This phone don't want me to be great. It's gonna keep falling down. But anyway, she takes care of the kids, and while he's at work or whatever, but he still takes care of his children. He still cleans the house. He still cooks. They still sharing the responsibilities because rearing 3 small children is a lot. So in this day and age, as much as stuff costs, child, please, ain't no way. You got to you can't expect for your wife to do everything. Nowadays, they want the wife to do all of that stuff, cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, catering to him, and go to work. That's not right, and it ain't gonna happen. Any woman that has a brain in her head will not be doing that. Silas has his ideas screwed up. He needs to update his expectations to the modern day. Right, exactly. Dating app Tinder. She got a hustler or Creole girl says not the mangy mutt. Child, yes, that's a mangy mutt. Okay, and they need to go on home. Go on back to Germany, Milo. Shan says I was totally confused about the poop and them not wanting to say anything. Right, it's like they scared of Bria. I'm like, this little tiny body little girl. Go and talk to her. Say, look, I don't know what you're doing right now, but whatever you're doing, you need to go on and stop and go and get this dog poop, okay? Because you the one decided to bring your little dog, okay? Go and get that. Lady B says, hello, Shay Renee and chat. What's up? What's up? Creole girl says, I can't do Silas with his controlling behind. Right. Let me move this over, y'all. Because I feel like you're stretching over there. Lady B says, right. Shan says, Silas gets on my nerves. Yes, he absolutely does. He is doing team too much. Lady B says, I've not watched Summer House yet, but it sounds interesting. It really is a good show. It's 6 episodes in, so I recommend, starting to watch it now, but I really do like the show. Silas is a nut job. Sir, she is on vacation. Right. What, like, I don't get it. Jason has a new baby. Yeah, he has a 3-month-old child. So it's like he was telling Silas, look, I know how to get out here and get wild and buck wild. That's what happened. That's why I got a kid and it didn't work out with the mama. But I'm not about to let you, the likes of you, give me no advice on no relationship. Silas' little feelings was hurt when Jason basically put him in his place and told him he was being chauvinistic without saying it. Lady B says, wow, this seems really deep. How can you be on vacation and act like you're on vacation? Misogynistic. Right, exactly. Silas gives he hasn't had any girlfriends. That's why he moves so fast with Jasmine. Well, he ain't. He ain't cute to me at all. Okay. But child. Miss B says, "What's up, Miss B? Miss B is in the building. Y'all, right after this video, I'm gonna go on my community wall and post Miss B's video. Please check it out. Like the video, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Okay." Miss B says, "Good morning, y'all. Put a like for the video. Yes, like the video, y'all. Like it up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. We are on the road to 4,000 and we want to zoom past that and get on to 5,000. Okay. So let's make it happen. Make it do what it do." Lady B says, "Silas can't do the do." No, he cannot. Okay. That is a torture session from what I see. Can't wait to meet these characters. Yes. If you go to my first video, I actually do like a breakdown on each character. I think I reviewed episode 1, 2, and 3, if I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, and 3 in one video. So, Lady B, if you go to that video, I break down all of the characters in that video. Tia P says, "Hey, Shay, Renee, and Chat. What up, Tia P?" D Brown says, "Actually, Simon is a better house guest than Bria. I would vote her off the island. Silas is actually insecure and is trying to act like he's a take charge guy." Exactly. Exactly. Master Splinter is over here trying to be controlling. He probably ain't never had nobody that looked remotely close to Jasmine. And no shade, it's not like Jasmine is Jet Beauty of the Week. But, he ain't no woman, no modern day woman of 2023 gonna be going up for that stuff that he doing. So he would have needed to find an average woman at best. And I think that really Jasmine's situations and her situation and her circumstances is all that allowed her to, succumb to his foolishness. D Brown says Jasmine better get a job. Right. A good one. That marriage is not looking like it's gonna last. Well, you know what? If she become the next Quinta Brunson, if that's her name, writing these plays and stuff, he might need to be making her a sandwich. Okay. Shan says, "No, they weren't doing it." So they wasn't in there doing it. She was making all them noises. Child. She is just fake. Lord have mercy. But y'all, let me get my tail back on to work. Thank y'all for watching and coming on here for my lunch break that I am now 6, 7 minutes over for. But please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video with anybody else that is watching this show too. And I will see you in the next video. Peace out. Oh, and y'all don't forget to come back tonight for the unbiased opinion panel with me, my girl Conversations with Sean. Y'all go and subscribe to her channel too, and Jeremy Speaks TV. Okay, we hope that Jeremy can make it tonight, but I know it'll definitely be me and Sean on the panel. So y'all come on over tonight. We're going to be talking about Real Housewives of Atlanta and Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right. Until then, see y'all in the next video.